Today's Friday. After a long spell of pre-market losses, I have uh, concluded that there is a period in the market where it's unfavorable to use a particular strategy, especially especially when the pre-market conditions are to the downside from the opening European opening hours to essentially, which means approximately about 7.5 hours when the market is in decline. It is not favorable to use a long strategy, and repeatedly trying to fit the long strategy when the market is going down is a recipe for losses, consistent losses. And discovering that fact ties into how I've been trading for the past 2 years with the prop firm challenges. Because I would get into a situation where the market is favorable, which means that my strategy of going long was in line with the market, which is going long or moving in a sideways or range bound situation. But when the market is declining like that, there's no entry going long can yield a return. I have to use a selling strategy in order to get that area, that window of opportunity to generate any positive return. So the critical ingredient in turning this thing around was for me to observe what I was doing, to wake up myself, as there's essentially no one who looks at my own data and makes decisions for me except myself. So this is a critical juncture in my trading career, and with this newfound discovery, which is very similar to not being able to see what is so obvious because there's nobody else looking at it. And when I'm looking at it, what seems to be, in hindsight, obvious was not so obvious for years.